Okay, it's May 17th, 2023. This is case number 1470550 DC Johns versus Fennel. This is date and time set for a front of the court show cause hearing with regard to parenting time violations. Mr. Johns, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Brandon Johns.
And Ms. Fennel.
Yes, Your Honor, Tracy Danielle Fennel.
Thank you, Ms. Mullen.
Tracy Mullen on behalf of friend of the court. We're here today on complaints filed by Miss Fennel that she's been denied what I believe to be 18 overnights of parenting time with the minor children, 2 holidays, Mother's Day and Christmas Eve of 2022, as well as both minor children's birthdays here in 2023. Notices were sent to parties. Mr. Johns has filed responses to the allegations before the court. But based on a stipulation and order regarding custody and parenting time from January 15th, 2019, Mr. Johns is the legal and physical custodian of the minor children, Claire and Gabriella, who are 15 and 12 years of age. The parenting time for Miss Fennel is a minimum of every other Friday after school until Sunday at 2 p.m. Exchanges to occur at the library on Woodmere unless parties agree otherwise, to exchange at the Burger King and Acme or some other location. Agreements to the contrary should be in writing. If there's no school on a Friday of a parenting weekend, the exchange shall occur at 4 p.m. at the Burger King and Acme unless otherwise agreed and arranged by the parties. As far as their summertime outlined, in addition to the alternate weekends, that is not an issue for today, I believe. 2 issues and also allegations raised by Ms. Fennel is that Mr. Johns failed to provide copies of the minor children's report cards to her, as well as having discontinued counseling for the minor children without her consultation. As part of this same order, it does indicate that Mr. Johns would provide reports of the children's annual well child checkups, as well as report cards as they are issued 3 times per school year. It does also indicate the children shall continue to counsel with Carrie Latta, and that the parties agreed at that time that the need for and frequency of counseling will be reviewed every 6 months. Holidays are outlined, and they can be as parties mutually agree and arrange. If that is not able to happen in odd numbered years, Miss Fennel would have Easter, Thanksgiving, children's birthdays, New Year's Eve. The children will spend Christmas Eve day with plaintiff mother. The violation from December 24th, 2022 is from 10 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. For Mother's Day, which was the violation for this year, for May 14th, it would be from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then there are holidays outlined for birthdays that it would be 10 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. Unless the children are in school, and then it would begin after school. There's court-ordered parties shall not engage in negative discussions about the other parent to the children or third parties. And as part of Mr. John's responses, he does indicate that there was an incident involving Miss Fennel allegedly and I believe the oldest minor child back on February 4th, I believe, of this year, and that parenting time has not taken place since that time, but also that there's been indications where a child was sick and another child did not want to do a parenting exchange back in January, but otherwise there haven't been any issues, I believe, reported to our office since 2018, when the parties were in court previously. So they've had some time, it appears, where things have gone fairly smoothly.
All right, Ms. Fennel, anything you'd like to say or add to what Ms. Mullen was saying?
Yes, I do agree with Ms. Mullen in those facts and stipulations that were stated. I believe we missed Easter holiday, though, so that needs to be amended. In addition to that, yes, I have not received the academic medical reports. I have not received medical reports, and that's my primary concern for the children's best interest, as these children are of age of 15 and 12, respectfully, and need some ongoing continued additional care and treatment that's not being provided. So that is my primary foremost concern. And yes, there were some parenting time that was not afforded to me after a surgery that I had. We did not present it to the court because we were trying to handle it ourselves, which I've learned is not the best way to always go about bringing it to the court whenever there is any type of deviation from the court order. Unfortunately, we deviate by small degrees until we are just skewed from the bell curve of normal, the order. So my concern is to get us back on target, to get the time with the children, for the children to have some counseling because the counseling has ceased, although they are at the ages of 15 and 12 and require different care, each of them respectively, as they are different personalities. Also, that parenting time, I did not file with court when I was down and with my surgery, my back surgery, I was not able to take care of the children. So thankfully, they were taken care of, I thought, by Brandon Johns. However, I learned from the kids during that time, after the fact, after I was able to literally get back up on my feet, and they threatened to take me to court because I had fallen behind on child support for a little bit there. And we're so eager to share that with the children as well and bring up everything from the past with the children, but I'm not going to digress. I'm going to stay on point. And I try for the children's sake to keep them from a lot of the strife, but unfortunately children feel it. They're very smart, intelligent creatures. During that time, unfortunately, my daughter was bitten by a dog in which I was not notified, in which she did not receive care. And it's been one thing on top of another, such as them not getting vaccines. So yeah, that's a big reason why we're here. There has been a big breakdown in communication.
How many days are you looking for here? We're getting off track. How many days are you looking for?
I'm looking for at least 18 overnights. I cannot make up the time that it was missed with my children. I cannot make up these holidays. I don't get that time.
Mr. John, do you have any response?
Yes, I do. I filed a response of text messages. I gave Tracy extra time at Christmas on December 18th. She did Christmas with the children till the 20th. And then there's text messages showing that on January 6th, her and her boyfriend at the time wanted to go to his parents downstate. I said, no problem. They went downstate, enjoyed Christmas again on January 6th. The Miss Fennel hasn't enjoyed any of her summer vacations, any of the weeks in the summers. I know that the court doesn't hold her responsible. I don't know what she's talking about with the child support part, but on February 4th, she had the children. Miss Fennel called 911. She called 911 to Benzie County Sheriff to say, hey, I didn't hit my daughter. I accidentally fell and hit her. At that time, I'm on the phone with my daughter, and I have supplied you with that report. I was on the phone, and you could hear my daughter screaming, stop hitting me. I then called the sheriff and asked them, do they have an officer on the way? What should I do? They talked with Miss Fennel. The officers called me back. They asked me when I could get there. I said, I'm coming from Grand Traverse County. What address? My address. And it will take me approximately 15 to 20 minutes to get there. I called the sheriff. They were on standby on the phone with me and said, you need to go get those kids. I picked the kids up. That was the last time Miss Fennel has seen them. Since that time, Miss Fennel has changed addresses. She doesn't tell us where she lives. And she's also, we're under siege. She's sending the police to my house. She talked to the girls on Sunday, Mother's Day, FaceTime, right after she hung up from her daughter and said, oh, I don't want to talk to you because your 3-year-old sister's with you. She had the police show up. The police came. There's also another FOIA report that I just received this morning. I'm trying to do the best I can. There hasn't been any issues for 4.5 years. We have gone far and above for Miss Fennel. Anytime she wanted the kids, I'm like, no problem, go. I stayed away from it. Like when Miss Fennel, she's trying to play on the words of our order. We haven't met at Burger King and Acme because neither of us even live in that direction. We both agreed she's been coming to our home for 4 years now. She's also playing on the words that, oh, you're not at the library at 4 o'clock. She knows the kids don't even get off the bus till 4 o'clock. She has never enjoyed her time until 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then she's bringing the kids back on Saturdays. Or she's getting in a fight, saying she's going to blow her brains out. She also swerved her car to where they went off the road, and I had to pick the kids up again. This is why I stopped the visitations. She has again picked up the narrative that I'm stalking her. I want to be with her, all types of just weird content. And I just don't feel the kids are safe with her at this time. And the kids don't want to go with her. She's assaulted Claire. Claire's been assaulted 4 times in her lifetime. And I know that's for another matter, but this is why I have not, she decided not to come to the home. For counseling, we haven't been in counseling for 4 years because Carrie Lotta walked away from it after she testified in court. She wasn't prepared for this kind of case. I don't know why you guys don't have that open dialogue. That was an open court. We found another counselor. Her name was Jenna Rowe from Illuminate My Life. It was just Claire and Tracy involved. At some point in the meeting, I have not gotten a hold of Miss Jenna because it didn't seem important. Tracy agreed not to go. The lady said that there's too much manipulation going on, and I don't believe this is healthy for this child after she's been in counseling for over 9 years because of other things. The kids are all up to date on their shots. My daughter just got inducted to the National Junior Honor Society on May 9th. She made her pledge. My other daughter, Gabriella, is all honors, every class. They go to school every day. Miss Fennell has contacted the school 2 days in a row, which put up alarms because they've never heard of her before. She's never tried to be involved in their schooling. Also, Miss Fennell has the Power School availability to see the kids' school. She's had that. There hasn't been a problem for 4 years, but now all of a sudden she can't see their schooling. We both have the same app. It gives you the information of their grades, what's going on, homework, notes, and that's what she agreed. Where we agreed to meet, if Miss Fennell could not come to the home, we would meet at the mobile in Interlaken on the 37 in Long Lake Road. And that's where my significant other also in the on the agreement that I made to stop all of this last time. Miss Plamondon has been helping Tracy for 6 years, and now she's turned around. And if I read you some of these text messages coming in, I think you'd be appalled. Miss Tracy Fennell is telling the police that came Sunday that I have guns and knives. I have my porch set up with nails on it, so watch out. She's pushing this narrative that she was sued for in Mr. Powers' court. I feel that she's probably crossed over that threshold again to be sued for defamation, abuse of process, and malicious prosecution. This is where we're at today. I don't know what else to do. I haven't interfered with her. I try to not even be around her because she's always accusing me of sexually assaulting her or wanting to be with her, or I'm hurting my kids. The children do not want to see her. She's had 4 years to rectify their relationship. She has not. She has done nothing but have her back problem, scream at the kids. She stole Claire's Prozac medicine and tried to give Claire her Claritin pill, pretending it was the Prozac. This is how the fight started on February 4th, and they were supposed to come and get the pills. Miss Fennell was allowed in our home. We welcomed her in our home. We took her on our boat twice. Miss Fennell has just decided to push the narrative she originally started with the kidnapping, the rapings, the beatings. This is just the narrative that she keeps pushing, and I don't know what to do. I feel unsafe, and I'm not going around her.
Well,
And that's
the reality is this. This is all right. That's fine. The reality is this is a total mess. So I don't really know what's going on between the two of you. The bottom line is we got to get visits started back up. Whether or not they don't want to go, sir, you're going to have to make them go. This is going to be kind of a warning. We got to start. When's parenting time supposed to start back up?
Parenting time can start up in any given moment, sir, but I'm a little worried about the assault. I mean, she was hitting.
You'll have to file. I know, but right now, I understand that. That's why I'm not gonna. I can't figure out what's going on. If there are assaults, I read a police report. There is a mess. I read the sheriff's department police report you submitted. It's a mess here. So
Yeah,
the bottom line is this is kind of a warning here. You need to start parenting time immediately, and if it doesn't resume, if you don't have a court order to stop parenting time. So what we're going to be doing, some of these are too old from December. I'm not enforcing any of those. Some of what Ms. Fennell was talking about has not been reported. I'm not addressing those. If she has, ma'am, if you have access to Power School, you shouldn't be complaining about not getting report cards. You need to be able to find those yourselves, because I'm well aware that you can do that. If you're saying you don't have the information, then that's a different story. So the bottom line is parenting time needs to resume immediately, and this is dismissed. Thank you both.
Thank you.